TGIF, I'm glad you liked my poems that I posted this week, and we'll do like one a week, until we run out of them. But for right now, I want to get back to topics. And my topic for today is, I just want to remind you humans just how crazy some of you are. And like your dogs are watching, and they know that the human race is sometimes a little bit like a wacko. And you have these things called laws. It's kind of like the rules of the house, to my fellow canines. But like you can get lots of trouble if you don't follow them. It's not like just like no couch privileges or whatever. And it just goes to show that in some states in the United States, people have just far too much time on their hands, and you come up with some really crazy stuff to make laws. So that's what I'm going to talk about. Okay, we'll start with California. In some areas of California, animals are banned from mating publicly within 1,500 feet of a tavern, school, or a place of worship. Is that big dog feet or little dog feet? They're not very specific. In Hartford, Connecticut, it is illegal to educate dogs. So I guess there's nobody training dogs in Hartford, Connecticut? Well, I guess my mom is never going to try and move there, right? Did you know that in Zion, Illinois, it is illegal for anyone to give a lighted cigar to a dog, cat, or any other domestic animal kept as a pet? So I guess that, like, pipes and cigarettes are cool? Now, my fellow canines, no matter what happens, if you are on a road trip, stay out of Paulding, Ohio, okay? Be sure that you stay out of Paulding, Ohio. Why? Because in Paulding, Ohio, a police officer may bite a dog to quiet them. So, if you have to go through Paulding, Ohio, keep your mouth shut. No barking, no whining, no nothing. Or some cop's gonna bite you. Bad dogs, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Be quiet. Now, Oklahoma, okay? The taxpayers of Oklahoma, your tax dollars went to really good use because your lawmakers, they got it going on, okay? Because in some areas of Oklahoma, people who make ugly faces at dogs may be fined and or jailed. So you dogs who live in Oklahoma, when the neighbor kid, or the little bully down the street goes down doing the na 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 and making the ugly faces and sticking their tongue out and sticking their thumbs in their ears and flapping their fingers trying to look like a moose or whatever the heck they're supposed to be, an elephant. When that ugly kid goes down the street and make an ugly face at you, you report them. They'll go to jail. They'll go directly to jail. They won't pass go. Yep. Great place, Oklahoma. I got it, Mom. We gotta move to Oklahoma. Now, in Michigan has a really crazy law. It says that in Michigan, it is illegal to kill a dog in a decompression chamber. A decompression chamber? Isn't that what they use, like, in scuba diving? Or, like, and in hospitals, like, maybe, like, for, like, carbon monoxide type thing? Like, I don't really understand how you could kill somebody in a decompression chamber. I would imagine it would probably be very expensive too. So I don't know if that would be like a horrible way to go or what. I don't really get it. It doesn't make sense. So gotta wonder about those lawmakers in Michigan. Okay, now my canine friends, you want to stay out. Remember Paulding, Ohio, okay, with the cops biting you? You will also want to stay out of Fort Thomas, Kentucky. Because Fort Thomas, Kentucky has a law that says that dogs may not molest cars. Now think about it, okay? The laws are usually made after a certain amount of infringements where people are like, we gotta make a law against that. So a lot of dogs in Fort Thomas, Kentucky must have been molesting cars where they actually made it a law that you couldn't do it if you're a dog. And I guess it's okay for people to molest cars. But anyway, if the dogs in Fort Thomas, Kentucky are molesting cars, you don't want to be around those dogs, okay? So no Fort Thomas, Kentucky, no Paulding, Ohio, okay? Okay, get that on your list. Now, in the state of Illinois, it is illegal to give a dog whiskey. They don't say anything about vodka or wine or beer or, like, I'm a champagne girl myself because I like the bubbles. So, my fellow canines, if you want to go partying in Illinois, whiskey is off the table, and if you go to Zion, Illinois, you can't smoke a cigar or have whiskey. Think about it. Stay out of Illinois. It doesn't sound like a party town to me. North Carolina, my home state. There's laws in some areas of North Carolina that prohibit fighting between cats and dogs. My mom better check and see if that is our area, because I was just itching to go down the street and pick a fight with that 20-pound old Siamese tomcat. Yeah, right. But really, people got paid for coming up with that one. Oh, let's make a law that dogs and cats can't fight. Our tax dollars at work here. Time to wrap this up. Guess which state? Illinois again. I'll tell you. In Chicago, Illinois, it is illegal to take your beagle, your French poodle, to the opera. Now, okay, so you can't take a French poodle to the opera in Chicago, and it's illegal to give them whiskey, and if you're anywhere near Zion, they can't have lighted cigars. It just sounds like totally bogus. Wait a minute. I don't drink whiskey, and I don't smoke cigars, and I'm not a French poodle. I'm a Chihuahua. Hey, Ma, can we move to Chicago? Because if we go there, I can go to the opera. But I don't want to pass through that Paulding place, because if we go there, on the way, if we have to pass through Ohio, a cop can bite me. She's shaking her head no. I gotta go argue with her. Okay, I'll see you on Monday.